Hello VC. I've had a few albums come in the past 2 months or so since I made my last video. So I thought I would show the few albums that I've received in the last little while. And we'll start with this album, which is Kundalini Genie. This is the fourth album that has been released by the band. Their distributor in North America is Little Cloud, and typically with Little Cloud, albums released through them, there's limited to 250 copies per release. And so needless to say, that if the band is any good, releases sell out pretty fast on Little Cloud. And this is the case here. All four of their albums have sold out on Little Cloud. I have albums 1, 3, and 4. I've been trying to get album 2. I did see a copy on Discogs a few months ago, but what they were asking for that album was well beyond my pay grade, so I didn't pick it up, and it sold pretty quickly anyways. I should mention for the albums that I'll show today, that all of them, the quality of the vinyl pressing was very good. No issues at all with the vinyl on anything I'll show today. The next album that I picked up was Type O Negative.
In June of flames and without shame, consumed with howls and screams. Pumpkins grin in their despair. Oh.
That's a very good album, and I should mention that the quality of the vinyl pressing on that particular album, at least my copy, was absolutely excellent. It's pretty much like audiophile quality sound off that vinyl. The next album I'll show is one that all the 60s psych fans will recognize. This is a reissue. According to the hype sticker, it was 750 copies, on the orange vinyl have been released. That's a fairly recent purchase. Back in the days of the flea market, which I've referenced in several of my videos in the past, back in those days I would never consider buying a reissue. I always wanted the original pressings. And now, to illustrate how things have gone full circle, I had an opportunity to buy an original pressing of that album, a Canadian pressing on, I think it's Allsure label, something like that. And instead I chose to buy the reissue, so it's pretty much all reissues for me now. So the next album I'll show is by a jazz vocalist, Canadian. That is Joe Barber.
Si les fleurs qui bordent les chemins se fanaient toutes en main, je garderai au cœur celle qui s'allumait dans tes yeux lorsque je t'aimais tant au pays merveilleux de nos 16 points.
Now, Jill Barber, she releases albums both in French and in English. This particular record here is in French. At the time that I purchased that album, I also picked up this CD, which is a recording by her, and this is in English, this particular release. From what I could tell, at least on Canadian websites, is that this particular release was never available in the vinyl format. It was only on CD, at least what I could tell. The next record I picked up, something I discovered recently, very interesting record. I think it's from France. And if I'm right, the title, or the sort of like the name of the artist, because it's all in French again, is Friday on the Sea, and I think the album title is First Emotions.
J'ai cru que c'était mieux hier, alors j'ai reculé. J'ai cru pouvoir te plaire. Est-ce que je me suis plantée? J'ai repensé à cette nuit, dans tes bras un instant. C'était si long et infini, éphémère pourtant. Et dans mes souvenirs c'était si bien, c'est sûr. J'y repenserai demain.
The vinyl pressing on this particular record is absolutely excellent, close to audiophile quality. What they've done here is they've only put in about 3 songs per side on the vinyl discs. I think given a good dynamic range to the music and eliminating the inner groove distortion. Some people have described her music as being sort of styled like Serge Gainsbourg, late 60s, early 70s, and I'd have to agree with that. That's sort of the style of her music. If you're into world music, this is something you should maybe investigate, and you might like it. Next album I picked up, what have they got down? Pressed on flesh-covered vinyl. And it's a soundtrack. There are many recognizable artists on this album, and they include David Bowie, Thompson Twins, Ministry, The Cult, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, Moby, and Brian Eno, to name a few. And this is the album, I think this came out originally in 1992, and this is the where I discovered My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. And they have been one of my favorite bands ever since. A huge Cult fan, or Thrill Kill Cult, and I've collected pretty much every release that they put out. This is a 2-record set, but side D is an embossment, and what's embossed is this image here. I think this character was Hollywood, and the catchphrase was Hollywood if Holly could. And the Cruel World logo is also embossed on that record. It's very hard to see. Oh, let's see, even myself just looking directly at it, it's almost impossible to make out, but I'm just gonna try to see if you can move the album, if you can make it at all. I really doubt it. But over here is the character embossed, and down here is the Cruel World logo. That's on side 4 of the record. This is the last record I'll show today. It's actually, this is new for me. I think this is probably the first gospel album I ever bought.
Didn't it rain, children? Rain, oh yes. Didn't it? Yes.
Now I made a little bit of a rookie mistake when I bought this album, in that how I come to discover Sister Rosetta was by watching YouTube videos of her concerts in Europe in 1960, basically where this record was taken from. And I thought the concerts were fantastic. She's up there on stage singing and has her electric guitar. She has a drummer and a bass player, and the crowd is really getting into it, hand clapping along with her songs. And I thought, man, I'm going to have to get this record. So I immediately ordered this record. But when I listen to it, it becomes apparent that it sounds like it's a single microphone recording, and that they were using the vocal microphone. And so what you end up with on this record is you hear her voice loud and clear. At times you can hear her guitar clearly, and other times not so well. And you almost never hear the band, the drummer and the bass player. And you can hear the crowd off and on. So in that regard, it was a little bit disappointing, but overall still a very good album, and I'm still glad I have it. But the sound on the album will not be as full as if you watch the YouTube videos of the concert. So those are the records I picked up probably in the last couple of months. And as always, I want you to have a great day, and thank you for watching.